Every year, millions of us pay a premium to pack our bags and leave our daily anxieties behind. We aren't just renting a house. We're paying to buy an illusion of total safety. Crossing that threshold, we perform a dangerous trade-off. We dial back alertness, trusting the environment so completely we enter vacation brain. This filter ensures good vibes remain undisturbed. It takes incoming danger signals, a strange noise, a shadow, and reroutes them into a false alarm bin. Across California, from the sensory overload of a massive music festival to the quiet isolation of the desert, this psychological blind spot creates a lethal opportunity. In the following cases, the victims noticed anomalies early on, but the pressure to stay polite and the desire to keep the mood right led them to ignore their own survival instincts. That hesitation is exactly what an opportunistic predator looks for, a target that has intentionally lowered its guard to enjoy the view. At a festival like Coachella, the sheer scale of the crowd provides a natural layer of anonymity where odd behavior is easily lost. A 26-year-old woman noticed a man who didn't fit the scene, older, dressed in heavy black boots, and always standing about 20 feet away. No matter where she and her friend moved, he eventually reappeared in her line of sight. Because she had taken MDMA, her friend laughed off the concern as a bad trip. The victim chose to believe the drug was causing paranoia, as a hallucination was a far more comfortable reality than being hunted. In San Diego, a luxury beach house offers a different kind of exposure. It feels private, but sits directly above a fully public coastline. A guest at the house spotted a man in the background of their sunset photos, staring directly at the camera. Later that night, he saw the same dark figure standing motionless on the empty beach, watching the house. He said nothing. He didn't want to ruin his friend's bonfire or seem oversensitive, so he suppressed his fear to maintain the social atmosphere. In the desert outside Palm Springs, the danger isn't a crowd, it's the silence. For 2 nights, a couple heard dull thumps against the side of their rental and faint voices calling out from the darkness beyond the pool. They brushed it off as the wind or local wildlife. They had traveled there for a quiet retreat, and they were determined to keep the peace, even as the house settled in ways that didn't sound like wood or concrete. In every instance, the first line of defense was psychological denial. Politeness and the desire to relax effectively paralyzed their ability to act on their gut feelings. The denial ends when the threat crosses a physical threshold. At Coachella, the man in the boots finally closed the gap, cornering the victim while she was momentarily separated from her friend. Her panic hit a breaking point. Her vision became squiggly and unstable as she fought through the crowded festival, her body finally acknowledging that the danger was external, not a side effect of the high. In the desert, the couple watched the backyard motion lights click on in a methodical sequence. It wasn't a wandering animal. It was a path being traced around the house. The boyfriend grabbed a knife and stepped outside, following fresh shoe prints in the sand. They led directly to the door of a small pool shed. From inside the dark shed, a calm, normal voice said, "Excuse me, could you open the door, please?" Followed by a quiet, unsettling laugh. In San Diego, the stalker appeared right at the downstairs window. This time, the victim didn't worry about being polite. He watched as the figure in the black hood sprinted up the exterior stairs. The silence of the house was broken by the sound of the intruder aggressively jerking the front door handle, trying to force his way inside. The illusion of the home away from home vanishes the moment a predator tests the locks. At that point, the physical reality of the situation can no longer be ignored. Sometimes the threshold is crossed while you sleep. Back from Coachella, the victim woke up to see the same tall figure from the festival, standing motionless inside her dark bedroom doorway. Her friend thought she was dreaming until the next morning, when they found muddy boot prints leading from the front door, down the hall, and stopping right at the threshold of the bedroom. In San Diego, the police arrived to find the intruder gone, but he hadn't left empty-handed. While the guest was guarding the downstairs door, the stalker had already breached the upper floor, taking a camera and several personal items. The police sweep of the Palm Springs rental confirmed the couple's worst fears about the noises they had dismissed. Pushed deep behind the living room couch, officers found a dirty baseball cap that didn't belong to the house or the guests. The man from the shed had been inside the living room with them. These predators were silently sharing the victims' private sanctuaries, while the victims were busy convincing themselves that nothing was wrong. The psychological impact of these trips doesn't end when the flight lands. The Coachella victim still checks her bedroom doorway every night before she can sleep, a permanent state of hypervigilance. These stories also expose the gaps in the short-term rental market. Isolation doesn't equal security, and many hosts are more interested in the nightly rate than the actual safety of their guests. This is where evolutionary fear comes in. Your gut instinct isn't an inconvenience or a sign of paranoia. It is a highly refined survival mechanism that bypasses logic to keep you alive. Your safety is more important than your manners. If a situation feels wrong, you should never prioritize being polite over getting out. Modern travel rentals offer a beautiful, curated simulation of a home. But when that simulation begins to crack, you have to trust your primal brain over the marketing. Your brain's primary job is survival, not relaxation. When it tries to tell you something is wrong, listen to it.